There we go.
And here we are.
Hello, hello. Okay, I can see all of the participants trickling in. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
And if you could put your videos on, Kiran and I would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, we're still admitting everyone. We'll just wait a few more seconds.
Absolutely. I'll give you a hand with that as well, because they do usually come in throughout. So I always keep an eye on the people that are joining us in the waiting room.
All right, don't worry. Actually, Kiran, I can manage that, and then you don't have to be distracted. All good.
Amazing. That is wonderful. All right. Well, good
Okay,
afternoon.
we'll continue to admit, but in the meantime, let's get started. We are thrilled, actually, to have Kiran Gandhi with us today. We were reminiscing about how long it's been since you've done a presentation or training for Remax Real Estate Center. So welcome, Kiran. And I will let you introduce yourself, let everyone know what you're doing today, and we'll go from there. Off
Absolutely.
to you.
Thank you so much, Louise, for having me. It's just such an honor because this takes me down memory lane. So for those of you who don't know me, my relationship with Remax and Remax Real Estate Center actually goes back almost a decade, because I've been with the head office. That was a long time ago, where I was doing and facilitating trainings, and Louise had invited me at that time to do a training at one of her offices at the time. And I myself was with the Milton office for Remax Real Estate Center for a number of years. So it's just so incredible for me to be back here today. And today's session is going to be focused around systems and AI. So that's what we're going to be speaking about today. And the way that I'd love to organize today's session and kind of host it is, yes, there will be some speaking at you, but I want you guys to engage with me. I'd love for this to be as interactive as possible, which I know sometimes with Zoom is really difficult, but because we have this hour here together today, I want to make sure that every single one of you leaves with something actionable and implementable that they can apply into their business that's going to actually help you with your business. So the way I schedule my sessions is there's always going to be a mindset and foundational piece before I go into giving you guys the tools and technology and all of the tips and all the good stuff and the freebies. So I do encourage everybody to stick with me until the end, because I have a special gift for all of you who are attending here today that I'm going to be giving you as a thank you for being here today. So what I would love for you guys to do right now is, because we've got 50 odd people in here today, let's start off this by everybody open the chat on Zoom and tell me two things. Number one, how long you have been in the business. So number of years, months, whatever it is, how long you've been in the business. And number two, I'd like for you to tell me what your market is, where you are trading, where you're focusing. So I'm going to open up my chat right now, and I would love to see those trickling in. So everybody, one, tell me, oh God, Louise, no, you have not. That is so incredible. Wow. Well, you're someone I look up to and learn from. So that's amazing. And then let me know where you guys are working. Like, what is your area? Where are you guys working? Where are you guys focusing? So I have a bit of an idea of where everybody's joining us from today. Okay. I love when people say GTA, because that gives me absolutely no clue, but that's good. It's like the GTA. Okay, so we have people here from Guelph, Milton, okay, Waterloo region. How long as well, please? If you can tell me how long as well, that would be wonderful. All right. Okay, so we have an experienced group here today, which is actually really wonderful, because this helps me to gear the conversation towards what you guys will find useful and something that will help you guys. So just to give you a bit of an idea, I've been in the business for, well, I want to say it's pushing 11 years now, and I have seen it from various facets. So today's session, we're going to talk about technology. Okay, thank you for everybody who has contributed. 12 years, wonderful. Keep that coming in, because I'm going to have the chat open on the right-hand side, so on my other monitor. So I am monitoring that. The way we want to do Q&A today is we want to make sure that we get your questions answered, and I will be happy to stay behind if I need to, if anybody wants to talk about what we're speaking about today, which is systems and AI and technology. But if there is anything urgent, feel free to interrupt me. Otherwise, we'll address questions at the end. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Now, I will be switching back and forth between just me speaking and me sharing my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So everybody should be able to see my screen right now. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can see my screen, so I know you guys are good to go. Can hear me clearly, can see my screen. Give me a thumbs up in the chat, please, if you can, so I know. Nobody can see my screen. I'm not seeing any thumbs up in the chat, you guys. There we go. Okay, I got one. All right, brilliant. So today we're going to speak about systems and AI, artificial intelligence. It's something that everybody, it's the buzzword, it's been the thing since ChatGPT has been, revealed to the world. Everyone wants to talk about it, everybody wants to learn about it. So that's what we're going to speak about today. But before we do that, and I'm going to give you guys, I'll speak a little bit more about myself because I love doing that. But before I do that, I'm going to say something else. We are going to lay the foundations. We are going to speak about systems before we speak about AI. And I'll tell you guys why in a moment, but that's going to be the topic for today. So, like I said about myself, if you guys have seen any of my sessions before, I've been doing, I don't know, at this point, I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of training and speaking engagements in the industry. I've been very fortunate to have seen it from various facets. I was a teacher in England, then I started at a front desk of an office about 12 years ago. And then from there on, it's just been a journey for me in the industry, just being able to really understand the opportunity that this provides to every single one of us to really build the life that we want to through being in this business, because that's how I see it. And that's how my mission became, to empower real estate agents with the tools, with the techniques, with the tips, so that they can apply them to their business. Because in my experience of having been around for as long as I have been, it's not necessarily that we lack the tools, it's just that we lack implementation. So I think I have experimented around with who I am in this industry, and I really would like to call myself today an implementation specialist. So I want you guys to all implement and apply the things that you learn, because otherwise we can be a student forever, and unless we apply, there's no results. So I also want to encourage you guys to get out your Instagram, connect with me on there, because I'm always sharing new things, new webinars, new ideas, new templates, new videos and content specifically for realtors. And tag me in a story, and I'll tag you back, because I think that's going to be another way for you to show your followers today that you are taking out the time to, be here today for Monday Mindset, and also to further your own career, your personal, your professional development. Because as being self-employed, no one's forcing us to do anything. Each one of you has taken the time here today voluntarily, because you want to grow, because you want to learn. And I think that's something that's really important to showcase and connect with me as well. So if you haven't done that, do so, because I'm constantly sharing new ideas. So I already spoke about this, and I won't go too deep into it, but we are going to talk about systems, mindset of systems, communication and business assets, and then we're going to go into automations, technology, and AI. So that's going to be the structure for today. So what I want to do is mindset first. And why I always like to talk about mindset is because, in my opinion, mindset is the foundation of everything, right? It's the foundation of everything. Anything and everything we build upon a strong mindset without resistance is going to be something we do consistently. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I'm going to actually stop sharing my screen for a second here. Has this ever happened to you that you attend a session like mine today, which I'm sure you do frequently, because Louise is awesome, your brokerage is awesome, so you guys are constantly getting new people, trainings, and new ideas. Has this happened to you that you learn something in an awesome session like today, then you go on to apply it because you like the idea, and then maybe a week into it or 2 weeks into it, you kind of just be like, oh, this isn't getting me results. I'm not sure this is working. I'm not so sure about this. Now I'm busy. I have to do these listings, showings, paperwork, that are more important. So I'm not going to do this and then it kind of, takes the back seat, and before you know it, you're not applying what you learned anymore. If that is you, just say yes in the meeting chat. Just type yes. That's all you have to do. If this has applied to you, if you've come to these sessions and had a great idea but not execute it consistently, type yes. Just 2-3 people. The rest of you seem to be like, good. We have no issues with application in this group, Louise. I love that. Well, I'll be honest, that's something that happens a lot with me and happens a lot with the people that I do trainings with. And the reason why this happens is because we have resistance, right? We're used to doing things a certain way. And then when we apply something new, it's like going to the gym, it's like starting your fitness journey, whatever it is. We do it for a little bit, but because it's unfamiliar territory and we're not seeing instant results, or the gratification is slightly delayed, we sometimes stop doing and taking action. So this is very normal. And I want you to remember this moment, because when I teach you some of these things today and anything else that you learn moving forward, when that happens, I just want you to remember that is your subconscious mind being like, no, we don't need to do this. We don't need to do this, Kiran, because this is new, this is unfamiliar. Let's go back to doing what we're used to doing. And the only thing for you to do in that moment is to observe that feeling, that thought, and let it pass. Because once you push past it frequently enough, that is when a new habit is formed. That is when a new action, once taken consistently enough, becomes familiar to your subconscious mind. And now there's no more resistance. But the resistance will come, and I promise you that, because learning anything new and applying anything new that challenges you and pushes you outside your comfort zone will create resistance. And that's very normal, and it's human, and it happens to all of us. So what I want to do, again, something very important for us to remember is, and this is something I have at the beginning of any session I do, is understanding that building a successful business is not a matter of doing a lot of different things. What I see happening when I do sessions like these, where I give away tips, tools, technology, everybody has their pen and pad out or their notes open, and they want to know all of the new things that they can do in their business. And that's great. But remember that it is about consistency. Remember that it is about doing a handful of things that you think will work for you to propel you forward over and over and over again. I'll give you an example. I have a client of mine that I met that came to me. He's another, at the time it was another Remax agent, and from a completely different market in Ontario. And he had come to me, and from the moment he got his license, he enrolled on his license journey and decided to become a real estate agent. He started to do one video a day just about the community, just to build his name in the community. And he started to push it out there. We interviewed him recently, and he basically told me, he's like, some of my videos used to get 5 views. Some got none, some got 20, some got more. So the idea was just not to give up and just continue and continue and continue. And the results of that were, in his first year, he did 55 deals in the first year of being in the business, to now 5 years into the business, having done 199 deals last year. And these are facts, these are straight facts. And if you ask him what's the one thing you would say, because there's a lot of things, but what does it boil down to? It boils down to him having stayed consistent with doing the one thing that he was doing, without paying attention to the results necessarily, in terms of like, oh, I'm not getting this. So a lot of us do that, right? So I want you to remember that after today. So a lot of us want to learn about AI. That's why all of you are here today. You want to learn about AI. You want to learn about how you can implement AI into your business. But the thing is, with technology, it's here to, and again, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want you guys to really pay attention. Technology is here to help our business. It is here to fill the gaps in our business where we feel we need support. What a lot of us do is we go the other way around, right? You'll go to Realtor Quest, you'll come attend a session like this, or whatever the case may be, and then you will say, oh, that's a really cool tool, I'm going to subscribe. That looks really cool, I'm going to subscribe. Without first asking yourself, what do I need in my business? Versus going and, subscribing to all these different tools. So if you've done that, again, I want to just say me in the chat. just say me, and I am looking for more engagement from this group here. I don't know if you guys need coffee or just like, it's just 2 words. If it's you, where you have subscribed to technology, maybe it's a program or a software that you really liked, thinking it was going to solve a problem, or you didn't know what it was going to do for you, but it looked really cool, so you subscribed, and there go $20 a month, $30 a month, whatever it may be, and you've been paying consistently, but you're not actually using it because you had no idea, first of all, if you needed that tool or not. This is a question I get all the time. Which CRM should I use? You should use the CRM that you're going to actually use, the one that's going to help you with what you need. So if you go the other way around, which is what most of us do, we end up spending so much money and energy on tools and technology that we don't really need. So then the question becomes, how do I know which one out of these tools that we're going to learn today I need? So the way to do that is, first of all, you need to take a look at your business, because most of you in this group have told me that you guys have been in the business for a while. So what you need to do is take a step back and ask yourself, where am I in terms of my business, right? Where do I have gaps that technology could help me fill, that an AI program or technology could help me fulfill? But for that, you have to look at your business first. And most of us we don't have a business. We're transactional. We are running from one deal to the next deal to the next deal. We have no structure. We don't really know where those gaps are. So for that, I want you to tell me honestly, if you were to give me on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect systems, everything is organized, you guys are already using technology, you have checklists, you have everything, your business is running like a well-oiled machine, that's 10. To 1, you have absolutely no systems and you're flying by the seat of your pants. Where are you on that scale right now, from 1 to 10? And be honest with me in the chat. Okay, we have some 7s, we have some 6s. What about the rest of you? We have 4 responses to that, 76 people on this call. What's happening? Okay, 5, 5, 5. Okay. And be honest, honestly, like we're just sharing here today. Okay. 7. Cool. What about the rest of you? Where's everybody at? And it's okay, there's no shame in saying 2, 3, because I'll tell you what, when I first started in this business, I had no idea what I was doing. I got sued by a client on my 4th deal because I thought I knew everything and I had no business in place. I wasn't covering myself and my basis, so it was terrible. And the only reason I implemented technology and systems into my business is because I needed to. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have a business. I was burning out and it was terrible because I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So that's the reality for a lot of us, unfortunately. So why we need to have systems in place before we implement technology is because it allows us to have consistency across the business, right? Consistency in our actions, in the service delivery, because all we really have is our service. That's what we are offering to our clients, is the level of service that we have. It allows you to be efficient, because the number one reason why people want to use tools like ChatGPT or, any kind of AI programs that are out there, because they want to save time. That's great, you want to save time, but where are you losing time right now? Where are you leaking time right now? So before we implement anything new, we need to take a good look at the current kind of, state of things and understand where we need to implement things. It also reduces error rate if you're like me and you don't want to get sued, because that was not a fun experience at all. And it also allows us the ability to grow and scale, because if we want to implement any sort of technology, we need to make sure that it's allowing us to grow. It's not pushing us backwards. So we're signing up to a bunch of things that we're not using, that are too difficult to use. I'm spending hours learning this. I may as well not use it. I may as well go back to my spreadsheet, like that kind of thoughts. That's not why we're doing it. So really, we want to be able to do that. And eventually we want to all be able to evolve from the role that we're in, right? We want to be able to do more. We want to be able to attract more business and spend our time doing the things that are actually going to help us attract more leads, and allow some level of predictability and a reduced stress level. Now, is technology able to do this for you? Yes and no. It can do it. You have to do it for yourself first. So anything that you apply as far as tech, it has to start with putting pen to paper. And I want you guys to ask yourself this question, of course, and this is not for right now because we don't have the time for right now. I want you to ask yourself where you are in your business in relation to systems and how you feel about it. And then imagine your ideal. What does it look like? Do you have all the technology implemented? What are some of the tasks that are happening efficiently, automatically? What are some of the things that you wish to have? You know, some of the things I most commonly hear, and I speak to thousands of agents. Oh, you know, when a new lead comes in, they should be getting an automatic email. I should be getting an automatic notification. This should be going out. Like there's certain things in your business that you envision, and I want you to write it down because whatever you write down as your ideal, you can create it. That's your vision. Without a vision, you don't have a path towards anything. So that's always the way that we work, is reverse engineering. Okay. So please take a screenshot of this or whatever, but you guys are probably going to get this recording anyway. But I want you to do this in your business. I want you to write this down. Just like goal setting, but it's so, so important. And you have to also be really clear on your value and your values, because those are also really, really important before you start implementing things. Again, take a picture of this and ask yourself these things. These are exercises I want you to do in your own time because they're reflection exercises. And obviously, again, one of the reasons people want to apply technology and become efficient is because they understand that there is this 80-20 rule, right? You can convince yourself that you're busy always doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing, because you can either automate them using tech, you can either outsource them by hiring somebody, or you can eliminate them because that's something unnecessary that currently is happening that isn't really adding anything to your business. So this rule we're all familiar with, but the problem is because we are always so stuck in the 80, in the tasks that we're running around, and we're too afraid to delegate, we're too afraid to even systemize anything because we feel like we will lose control, or like nobody else can do this but us. So we want to make sure we're very conscious with this. So I'm actually going to give you guys some tips that are really, really important. And obviously planning your day is super, super important. The night before is really, really important. Having a ritual is super, super important as well. These are things I had to force myself to do. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen one more time. And I'll be very honest with you guys. Me sitting here preaching these things, you guys may look at me and think, oh yeah, okay, she thinks she has it together. I'll tell you what, I was the hottest mess ever before. There was a time where I was a hot mess. I had none of this in place. I have ADHD. I have a lot of I have dyspraxia. So it was very difficult for me to apply these things and have structure. But it wasn't until I had discipline and forced myself to have discipline, because I had to learn that the things that I need to do, I'm not always going to enjoy doing them. So I may as well I just have to apply discipline. And that's the only way to grow and scale. So having a routine in some aspects of your life, the way that you begin your day, the way that you plan your day the night before, all of that is going to set you up for success. And anything you layer on top of that is going to then have more chance to be success. So that's just some of the things from a mindset perspective that are really, really important. Here is another thing. You can take my sample morning routine if you want to. Something we do sometimes are challenges where we come together as an accountability group and we just do check-ins with each other because we're being accountable, keeping each other accountable. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind, create your own routine. This is just an example. But now let's look at it from a systemization standpoint in our business, okay? So these are the areas of your business where you're going to want to start to get structured, apply technology where needed, apply AI where needed, and really start to understand where those gaps are. So let's look at it from an operation standpoint, first of all, which is, the most important piece, your transaction protocols, your SOP, your standard operating procedures. I didn't even know what the hell that was until I had to force myself to learn it. And then I went and read some books about it, and then started to teach myself, and then I started to implement those. Because I still remember to this day when I was an agent wanting to implement 100 creative things. Oh, I want to have custom notes, custom signs. I want to have a custom experience for my listings and for my clients. And I remember my business partner, and he's also my mentor at the time, looking at me. He'd been in the business for a lot longer. He looks at me, he's like, Kiran, that's great, but like, who the hell's organizing that? Like, do you understand the amount of things that need to be done in order for you to do this fancy stuff that you want to do? And I was like, yes, like I was in La La Land thinking I can do everything. I can't, and I couldn't. So I had to put systems in place, and you guys should too, because you're all here because you want to grow and, do things better. So your buyer protocols, your listing protocols for leases, pre-construction, whatever you do for your open houses, anything that you do needs to be in a system. And I'm going to tell you guys some of the tools from an AI perspective that you can implement to allow you to have these protocols and implement them. How many of you have those, by the way? Like just transaction checklists, buyer checklists, listing checklists, systems, everything in detail. If you have it, let me know in the chat. Just say me, so I know you guys do. And if not, this is a good time for you to start, and this is a good place for you to begin. But then we look at it from a transaction protocol perspective. We look at it from an admin perspective. Now look at marketing. Lead generation. We all want to do lead generation. We all want to do brand awareness, lead generation. We want to be on social media. We want to be posting. We want to be doing videos. We want to be doing all those things. And again, AI can help you with that. Technology can help you with that. But first, you need to put pen to paper and create these. You need to put pen to paper and realize, what do I actually want? What am I trying to achieve? If you're just going to do randomly a little bit here and a little bit there, that's not going to get you consistent results. We all know this, right? So, and then obviously from a lead conversion standpoint, those are two arguably best uses of your time. If you are structured and you have other people, you're able to systemize and delegate, you can focus a lot more time on attracting more business and then converting it. Again, lead conversion from a lead nurture standpoint, follow-up sequences, creating emails, creating drip campaigns. Once again, technology can help you with this, and I'll give you those tools before I leave here today. But it's important that you understand which areas of your business that is. And accounting, I'm not going to dive too deep into it. It's boring. Nobody wants to, but we need to also have it systemized. So I'm going to skip past this because this is more important right now. So before you start implementing anything in your business that I'm going to teach you today, I want you to write out a list of all of the processes that you want to create. If you haven't got these processes in place, I want you to write down every process that you want to create. So for example, one of them could be, I'm running Facebook ads and I want to create a solid follow-up sequence. Perfect. What does that look like? Put pen to paper, and you literally do have to put pen to paper and write out everything that you want to do. You can go through it and then figure out, okay, here's where I can probably use my CRM. Here's where I probably need some help with my copywriting. So what tool can I use? Here's where I probably need some help with my video editing. What tool can I use? So you can write out all of these things. So this is the process. You write out all the processes you want to create from the moment you first speak to a lead to the moment they get their keys, everything that happens in between. Review it again, and then ask yourself at the end, are you happy with this experience that you're providing to your leads? If you think so, then that's perfect. And for that, I'm going to give you guys access to a template that's really going to help you with it, which is a systems planner. You're all going to get it. And now let's speak about technology, okay? Because that's why we're here today. And I said this at the beginning. The first rule of any technology used in a business is that automation applied to an efficient operation magnifies the efficiency. The second is that automation applied to an inefficient operation magnifies the inefficiency. So why I just spent 30 minutes giving you guys this rundown on really get clear on where the gaps are, because I care more about each of you maybe just applying one piece of technology and really applying it and it really helping you versus doing what we typically do, which is writing down everything and then not applying anything because we think it's cool. So if you don't use it right now, the Google Suite is where to begin, because remember, tech doesn't have to be complex for it to work. And I'm the type of person, I have tested everything under the sun, and I'm always really inquisitive and curious. So any new tool and technology I hear about, I'll usually test it, but I go one step at a time. I'll take some time with one, and then I'll move on to the next. in my experience, for time management, email management, scheduling, document management, nothing beats the Google Suite. So if you don't already use it in your business, you should be using it. The Drive, the calendar, nothing beats Google Calendar, in my opinion, your iCal, all of that, Google Calendar, and it all is in one place. So if you're not already using this, use it. It's the best free tool that there is out there. Now, from a tech tool perspective, you guys can take a picture of the screen. These are not AI, and I'm going into deeper. These are just tech tools that you can use, okay? So I've spoken about systems. I've spoken about protocols and transaction protocols today. Most of us have checklists, but we're not actually applying those checklists. So in order to execute, especially when you have like a team member, or now you have an admin or a buyer's agent or a listings coordinator, whatever you have, if you're not applying those things, then they're pointless to have. So something like a Trello.com, Monday.com, or Asana, these are project management tools that really will help you with executing your systems and executing some of the things that you put together for your listings and the processes and your SOPs. So these are 3 that I recommend. They each have their own strengths and weaknesses. I would say if you're just getting started, start with Trello. If you're a little bit more advanced and you have a team, Monday.com and Asana work really, really well. There's one AI-powered one, which I'll be showing you guys in a minute, but this is where you want to begin. Canva is the program I'm using right now. So this Canva is building in some AI capabilities into it as well, which is really fascinating to see. This is great for you if you are looking to do more in terms of your any design work, really, any print design, anything from your for sale signs to your flyers, to your social media posts, to your banners, to anything you need. I use Canva, and I've been using Canva since day one, and I think it's unbeatable as far as like a digital design platform is concerned for people like us who are not graphic designers. Now, Screencastify, this is a really interesting one if you guys haven't used it, and Loom is the other one. I haven't put it on this, but Loom is the other one. So we're talking about systems, right? We're talking about organizing yourself. One of the ways in which we can grow our business is by delegating. And I want to pause for a second. What's the biggest hurdle or fear people have when hiring an admin or bringing a new buyer's agent on? What's the number one problem that we face? You guys can unmute yourself and tell me. What's the number one issue we have?
Confidentiality.
Confidentiality, sure, but like in terms of onboarding somebody new, what's the biggest issue we face?
They can converse.
Training. Someone said it. Who said it? Sorry. Was it?
Yeah, it's me, Yatin.
Yeah, Yatin. Okay. Yes, it is. It is. And a lot of you will agree with that, right? It's training somebody new on the things they need to do. I personally hired and fired 2 admins, blaming them when it was 100% my fault. They were not incompetent. I was disorganized. And I did not have the tools to train them properly. And I'm going to tell you guys something. You can only grow if you grow, right? There will come a point where you need to hire somebody. You need to not be afraid of hiring somebody, whether it's a virtual assistant or a physical assistant or a buyer's agent, whoever you want to add to your team and creating that team. The first step that agents get stuck on is training them. So your systems need to be in a way where you're not worried about training them, because anybody that can come in and read English and follow instructions should be able to be trained. And should they leave, you're not worried either, because it's not like you're sitting there, and that's what most agents do, is physically sit there and handhold their assistants, and then they're like, I invested so much time and now they've left and now I have to do this all over again. Like, have you guys been through that? Like, if that resonates, because I know that that's a big issue agents have, and that's why they often don't even hire, because they're so afraid of the training piece. Using tech like Loom and Screencastify will simplify this for you. What you can do, and we can start doing, is when you're filling out paperwork, for example, because that's the number one thing people need help for, right? Paperwork. Let's start with paperwork. When you're doing paperwork yourself, you're filling out a listing agreement, or you are doing an offer, you're filling out a BRA, whatever it is you're doing. As it is on your screen, you install these two, one of the two, whichever one you like, they're both great. Screencastify or Loom, you install it on your browser, and then you record yourself as you are doing the task. And you slowly start building your training library. So what you're doing is you're killing two birds with one stone. One, you're actually creating, like you're doing the work that you need to do, but while you're creating it, you are also talking people through, whoever wants to watch that video later on how to do it. I have my client that I told you about, who's now done 199 deals last year in his 5th year of being in the business. That's how he does it. He records all of his calls to the agents. He records everything he does on the screen, from how I edit a video to how I do this. And now he has a training library of hundreds of videos that he didn't have to necessarily take extra time out to do. But now anyone can come in, watch those videos, and then if they have follow-up questions, then they can come to you. Now think about the amount of time that'll save you. And that, I think, is just something so simple that you guys can do that'll really, really help you. So don't, and it's great because you can also send out video emails to your clients. You can take the market reports that your brokerage sends you, and every month you can pull it up on your screen, record yourself talking about the state of the market, and send that video out to your entire database. That's great to send out once a month, right? Because now you have a personal touch point with them too. So that's a tool I would definitely recommend, because I think it's so versatile from a perspective of, you know, what it can do for you and the possibilities that it has and the use cases that it has, that you should definitely think about it. The other one, I'm sure like Treb even sends those out, like just using the market stats. I've even had clients take that a step further. And if they're working with one-on-one clients, they will also sometimes like talk them through some of the things that they're looking at each day. So it's up to you how you choose to use it. Yesware is really great for, you know, email management. Google Calendar already spoken about. Rev.com is great if you're looking to create some captions for your videos. Zoom, I mean, not enough people are using it. Honestly, I don't understand, but in our industry, you should be doing educational seminars. We have another Remax agent who I was speaking to lately, who did, I think, I don't even know, was it 1,200 deals in the last 3 years with this team? I was speaking to him, and literally one of the things he does is I just do educational seminars every week through Zoom. I just do educational seminars every week through Zoom. And sometimes we think at the simpler tools, and we look at it and we're like, oh, this isn't going to work. It's just because we're not leveraging it, right? So definitely doing that. Google Calendar already spoken about. CoSchedule is great for your social media management. And then Yesware is there twice, so I should take that out. Now let's talk about AI. Finally, she gets there. The first one I want to speak to you guys about, because when we think about AI, everybody just thinks about ChatGPT, and I will speak about ChatGPT, but I want to introduce you guys today to some other tools that are really cool that you may or may not have heard about. One is MyMind. Now, again, most of these will offer you free trial periods if they're not free, because majority of the stuff I like to use is free, because if you dig deep enough, sometimes you can get really cheap or affordable tools. I don't want you guys spending a fortune every month on using technology. MyMind is like, think of it like Pinterest, but on steroids. And it's not Pinterest, because a lot of, when I say Pinterest, men are not listening to me anymore. MyMind is so I have it up here as well, which is, I can kind of show you guys. Okay. So it's like this orange plus sign that's like right here that you can see. And anything you browse, remember, like we go through articles, we go through notes, we go through all your notes, your articles, bookmarks, anything you're inspired by, an image that you like, you can start to kind of bookmark everything in one place. So it's like one place for all of your thoughts, for your ideas, for your inspirations. Like you read an article and you're like, I want to get back to this, I want to do a video on it. Okay, instead of bookmarking it, you just add it to your MyMind. You want to buy something on Amazon, you want to buy this tripod, okay, but I don't want to do it right now. Okay, quickly add it. All you need to do is when you're on that page, you need to save it to your MyMind, and it's going to be there for you. And you can then start organizing it like within folders or different, like, you know, maps, if you will, but it's really cool. And I love it because I'm a visual person and I like seeing all of my thoughts organized in one place. So it's fantastic. For those of you who are doing videos, this tool is fantastic. It's video with a y.ai. And if you have longer videos, like I have this issue where I don't know when to stop talking. And I have to do like, my mind, Mary's asking, no, it's free. Video there is a charge for, but you can, like, that's when you get like the more, you know, advanced features, just like with anything else. But for the most part, video is free. So you can take like one video, say for instance, you want to do YouTube videos, right? You have one 10-minute video. You can then take that 10-minute video, pop it into video AI, and it's like the AI in it will go through the video and create short little clips for you to use on your reels, to use as YouTube shorts, to use on Facebook. But, you know, we all know shorts are the way to go. Shorter videos are the way to go. So it'll kind of like extract whenever you're making a point in the video that it recognizes that you need to do. And it'll kind of extract that almost as if out of a podcast. And then it'll give you one of the videos, I think I had 64 clips from it. And that was a long video I did. But imagine, you know, a lot of us struggle with doing videos and reel format, right? Like a lot of us struggle with that. So what I recommend using this for is this. Sit down with a friend who also wants to do videos, who's also in the business, and just record both of yourselves having a conversation about real estate. Pick a topic, go deep into it. For example, investing. And then it could be like an hour-long video, but then you run it through video AI and it'll give you little clips that you can use on your social media. So it's really, really cool. I definitely recommend it. All right, AI. So remember, this one's really cool too, because a lot of us run out of ideas, which I could do a whole session on how to get ideas, but a lot of us run out of ideas when we are thinking about, you know, posting, creating emails, posting social media content, et cetera, et cetera. So what you can do is, if you have videos that you've created, you can actually turn them into articles, into written articles, because it's all about repurposing. I want you guys to work smarter, not harder. So if you've created videos, you can turn them into posts. And vice versa. Like one idea can be multiple things. One idea that you have for a piece of content can be a video. It can be a long form video. It can be a short video. It can be something you post on your story. It can also be an article. It can also be a carousel. So it can be multiple different things, and it should be, otherwise you will run out of things to do and speak about. This one's one of my favorite. So the amount of times agents have used ChatGPT so blatantly, so blatantly and so obviously that, you know, I can tell ChatGPT has been doing some heavy lifting there. Like I can tell right away. So this tool is not free. I think it's like 15 or 16 bucks a month, but I use it all the time. And why this is so great is because it allows you to humanize ChatGPT. Like if you have ChatGPT and you have something that's an output there for an email or a post or whatever, put it in here and it will humanize your text, simplify your text, and it'll give you lots of different options to it. It'll tell you, okay, what are you creating? Is this an article? Is this a marketing material? What kind of readability level? Like, is this something you're putting on social media, or is this something that's going into an article where university level writing has to be done? So you can really pick and choose what you need it to do, and it will humanize and simplify it. So, and it gives you two, like, you know, in one round, there's credits, so you can two times you can have it rewritten for you. So it's great. Definitely recommend it. Now, remember I was telling you guys earlier to use a project management tool like Trello or Monday.com or whatever. This one's much better. This is Airtable, and it has AI built in. So this is for those more advanced users that are really looking to create processes for your business, which all of us should do if I haven't convinced you yet. With this, so Airtable has a lot of AI built in, and you can really create workflows. So when this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. What's the next step? What's the next step? So you can almost mind map the journey that you are creating for your consumers, whether it's a buyer or a seller or whatever. And then you can create, you can use Airtable to execute it. It's really great. Captions is another one for videos. So I'm going to give you a few for videos right now, because I think that's one area with graphics and videos where AI has really made strides and we can use some really cool tools. So if you're creating videos, and you guys have seen those videos on Instagram, I'm sure, on, you know, with all the cool captions coming up, and then the video slides up and down, and then there's like an emoji, and then there's a graphic. Captions can do that for you. You download this as an app on your phone, and you can run your video through it. And then what it'll do is the AI will detect automatically, like it will create the captions for you. And then you can choose whether or not to add emojis to it. You can choose whether or not to add graphics or emphasize certain words and use different fonts and stuff. So all of those cool videos that you see, captions is a really simple way to do it. At the end, when it's done your video, another way to use it is it will give you a transcript for your video. So the entire video will be transcribed when it's done. And then it also gives you hashtags. It also gives you a caption for your social media to go with the video. So if you are running a reel through it, it will give you those things. Now, am I always a fan of the output? I'll be honest, no. But that's where I will use the transcript and then maybe take it over to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to create me a caption for it. Because sometimes I'm not happy with the output. But on a simple level, for those of you who are not very tech savvy and still want to create good reels with the captions, this app is amazing. It's really easy to use. You will have no problems with it. Now, for those of you who are a little bit more advanced and want to do more advanced editing, CapCut's amazing. CapCut's more advanced. It's definitely got more capabilities in terms of how you edit the video and piecing little different videos together. So this is more advanced. Users should definitely try CapCut. Gurdeep, yes, Captions is a paid app, but I can't remember how much, I'll be honest, but it isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. Like, from a perspective of how much it is, it's not too bad. It's all affordable, I'll say. Now, for those of you who are struggling with creating videos because you can't remember what to say, Big View is fantastic. It's a teleprompter app. You can record within the app, and you will be able to essentially upload your script for your video into it. And I just use something simple like, God, my thing is broken. So I'm actually trying to show you guys my little guy over here. So you just put it in here. You have the captions on there. I personally don't use a teleprompter, but I know a lot of people do need it, because especially at the beginning, because you can't remember what you're going to say. But for me, if I had to use a teleprompter, I sound so robotic. It's crazy. Like, I will not sound like myself, and it's not a great thing for me. But for a lot of people, they need it. So if you do, I would definitely recommend it. Now, another one that's building in AI is ClickFunnels. So again, for those of you who are not familiar, if you actually ever go on my website, this is the opt-in page. Actually, let's just go to agentconsulting.ca. I'm going to show you guys my site. So if you go on my site, this is actually not a website. Even though it looks like a website, it is not a website. This is created through ClickFunnels. And the thing is, with ClickFunnels, it allows you to capture leads. And the good thing with that versus, like, anyone who's looking to do lead generation, when you have a website and you're running ads to it, typically we don't see a lot of lead capturing happening because websites are not optimized for lead generation. When you use something like ClickFunnels, and again, I'm creating some simple funnels for buyers and seller lead captures. When you're using something like ClickFunnels, it really allows you to capture leads. And again, with the AI built in now, it's in beta still, it's going to be a lot more user-friendly for you guys if you're looking to create simple pages where you can drive traffic to and generate buyer and seller leads. Now, virtual staging AI, again, one of the great ones out there for you to do virtual staging. I don't really think I need to expand on this too much, but you guys can use this for virtual staging. Now I want to get into two that I really love as well. One is Jasper AI, which is expensive, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's probably the most expensive tool I'm going to recommend to you guys here today, but this is for those of you who are doing a lot of copywriting. Now, one thing I don't love about ChatGPT, unless your prompts are great, is the output of the copy. Jasper AI is, I think, $100 a month, but it is really good. It is probably, in my opinion, one of the best copywriting tools out there for you if you're looking to do posts, emails, things like that, drip campaigns, and even social media content or blogs. If you do a lot of it, it's worth it. If you don't do a lot of it, don't spend money on it. Be very honest with you. But if you are using a lot of copywriting in your business, then Jasper AI is probably my favorite one so far. Now let's talk about the infamous ChatGPT, left the best to the last. So the thing is with ChatGPT, right? It all depends on your prompt. You could be asking for or looking for the same thing as me, as Louise, and the three of us could get completely different results from ChatGPT. And the output really is dependent only on one thing, and that is your conditioning and your caption. No, sorry, not your caption, your prompt and what you ask it to do. It's a machine. What do you want it to do? And I'm going to give you a formula today that's going to really help you get the best outcome possible when using ChatGPT. So one, for prompts, because prompts are really where it's at, AIPRM. I always have a hard time pronouncing this, but this is a add-on for your ChatGPT that you can install and link it with your ChatGPT. And what it does is it has pre-written prompts on there for you already. So you guys will have the ability to scan through existing prompts and use them. And it really does help you with that piece. So the most important, it does other things too, but the most important thing it does is it gives you ideas for pre-written prompts. So you can really get inspired by, you know, existing prompts that have been successful with people before. But when you're using ChatGPT, this is what your success is going to depend on, okay? If you're just going to use it simple, be like, give me an idea for this, you need to tell ChatGPT who you are. I am a real estate agent for the past, you know, I've been in the business for 5 years. I operate in this market. This is who I am working with. This is who my target audience is. And this is what I am trying to get now. The next thing you need to do, so your prompts need to be very, very specific. And then you need to tell it who you need it to act as, because it's a machine. It can act as anything you need it to act as. I want you to act as a social media manager. I want you to create a social media post for the following platforms. This needs to promote our brand. It needs to highlight my competitive edge. I need you to focus on making it pleasing. I need you to capture the attention of my followers. I need you to give me creative ideas. I need you to use this writing style. I need you to use this copywriting formula. And I know this sounds excessive, but if your prompts are weak, your output will be weak. ChatGPT results will depend heavily on this. So the more you condition it, the more you give them details on what you want, the better your results are going to be, hands down. So remember, with AI and copywriting, because that's where a lot of people are using it for, is copywriting. It's going to be a 70-30 game. You can give 70% to the machine, but the rest you're almost always going to have to come back, and you can use undetectable to rewrite it. But I'll be honest with you, I'm yet to put out something 100% written by AI. Majority of it will be written by AI. I will have a lot of it done through AI, 70% of it, but the rest of it, I always have to go in and use it, because you want ChatGPT to learn your writing style. You want to make this easier for yourself, right? Again, prompts that are specific. Now, another thing you guys are probably not doing is using copywriting formulas. Remember, the success of anything you're putting on social media is really in the language that you're using. And there's a few formulas you can use that are marketing formulas that you can tell ChatGPT to apply to your writing that are going to make your posts so much better, so much better. And here are two that you can use: problem, agitate, solution, which is PAS, or AIDA, which is used a lot, which is attention, interest, desire, action. There's another one you can use, which is called hook, tip, call to action for your reels. Now, what this does is you can, for example, be like, I have this loose idea here for a post. This is who I'm trying to target. This is the goal of my post. I want you to rewrite it in this writing style using the AIDA formula. And then ChatGPT will give you the result that you need. Again, you have to be ever so specific with it if you want good results. So these are some. If you're doing reels, then I would almost always recommend using hook, tip, call to action. That's the formula, because it hooks people in with the first sentence that you say. Let's face it, you're never going to be able to afford a home. That could be your hook. That's not your video. That's your hook. But what does that do? It captures people's attention. Now, if your audience is first-time home buyers, that could be a hook. Let's face it, you're never going to be able to afford a home. I'm sure this is a thought that you've had frequently. Let me actually unpack this and tell you how untrue this is. But that's like how you can structure a video. And if you use that formula, you can apply it to all of your videos, and that's where you can really use AI, really use it. Now, I'm going to give you guys some ideas. I'm just checking time too. We have about 4 minutes, but you can use ChatGPT. These are actual prompts that we have. Claudia, it's a hook, tip, call to action. I'll put it in the chat for you guys as well. It's hook, tip, CTA. Oh, I just put it in the chat for you guys. These are just some actual prompts that we have in our platform, which are going to help you with your ads. So remember now, once you understand how to use ChatGPT properly, you've conditioned it, you've told it what you need, you can use it for writing your ads too. And again, we're using copywriting formulas here. You can ask it to do content research for you. You can say, here are some ideas. This is what I want you to help me with. Brainstorm with me. Help me come up with more ideas. Then expand on those ideas. So much you can do with it. Drip campaigns, email marketing, goodness. You can take something, you can say to ChatGPT, here's an idea that I have. I want to create 5 videos out of it that I want you to write out using the hook, tip, call to action formula. Then I want you to create 2 written posts with it, creating the AIDA copywriting formula. Then I want you to go and turn it into 3 drip campaigns, about roughly 250 words each, that I can send out to my database. Now you've taken one big idea that you've had and turn it into multiple things. And that's how you leverage AI. That's how you can leverage ChatGPT. So what we have here for you guys is lots and lots of, ooh, my laptop. Well, is it frozen? Yeah, it's kind of frozen, but it's okay now. So we have lots and lots of prompts like this. I'll quickly show you guys. I have actually a whole library of prompts for you guys here to copy and paste, which I will be giving you today because I'm feeling hella generous today. And I'm also really excited, like I said, for this to be your office and Remax Real Estate Center, because I have such a soft spot and, you know, such a relationship with you guys that I feel like I want to do as much as I can for you guys here today. And I'm limited to my time, but I will give you something really special in just about 2 minutes. So here are a bunch of prompts that you guys will get from me, which are going to help you with different things like building your SOPs, building your, doing your project management, writing blogs, doing research for content, objection handling. Goodness, you can use it for so many different things. But here's the thing, and I will say this again because I have to say this again. You have to systemize and set the first things first, right? You have to set your systems first. AI and technology are there to enhance your existing systems and existing business needs, not the other way around. Start small, build from there. And remember, it's not here to replace you. This is so important. I think, AI has had such an interesting reception in our world where some people think of robots when they think of it. Some people just think, oh, I don't have to work hard anymore. Some people have become lazy. Some people have become confused. Some people have loved it. Some people have hated it. But honestly, it is what you make of it. It is what you make of it. It's not going to replace you. It can make your job easier. But if you wanted to make your job easier, you first have to know what your job is before you do anything else. Now, one thing I recommend to every single one of you to do, if you don't know where to begin, is track your activities for about a week. Track every single activity you do on a spreadsheet for about a week. Everything you are doing, booking showings, searching for properties online, writing a video, whatever you do that's business related, posted a story on social media, whatever you did, and then go through it at the end of that week, and then take a look and ask yourself, where do I need some help? What do I not want to be doing anymore? What am I doing over and over again? What can I outsource? And then start seeking help, whether it's an assistant, whether it's a piece of technology, whatever it is. But you have to work backwards. Now, thank you for being here today. I want you guys, and I actually don't know if this is the, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not sure if this is the right, it's been replaced, because I don't think it has been replaced. No, it has been replaced. The team did it. So you guys can scan this and actually sign up for a free trial for my platform that I have co-created with the Real Estate Magazine. It's called Backstage Pass. It has hundreds of templates there for you, from ChatGPT prompts to templates for social media, to templates for systems, to playbooks on top producer systems. There's a whole bunch of stuff in it. We usually charge $100 a month for it, but we will be giving everybody who's interested a free trial without your credit card. I'm not scamming anybody here. You guys will start your trial after 14 days. If you don't want to stay on it, we will remove your access. You just need to give me your name and your email address, and I'll add you to the list, and we'll activate your trial, which will include everything I've shown you today, plus hundreds more things. So that's just my gift to you today before I leave here. But that concludes my session, sort of on time, which is always a great thing. I can send this to Louise to forward to you guys as well, if anybody wants to or is having trouble scanning this right now. But you can just take your camera out on your phone, scan it, and just enter your information. It's super simple. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Kiran. That was amazing. Does anyone have any questions for Kiran? All right, I'm just going to sign up for that 14-day pass as well, that trial. This is amazing stuff. And thank you for all of the names of the AI platforms. Really, Kiran is so correct. It's all about the prompts. So whatever you can do to get it right the first time around or the second time around, that will be very time efficient. Okay, so this is being recorded. It will be in the hub within 24 hours. Thank you again, Kiran. That was awesome.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I look forward to connecting with all of you, and I hope you enjoy your free trial with us as well.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Take care, Louise. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, Kiran.
Thanks.
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye.